Good afternoon, people. This is Big Boss Calvin 83. I did this before. I addressed this report before, this news report before YouTube and Google terminated my channel. Actually, they closed down my channel without my permission because I didn't authorize them to close down my channel because I was on the rise with subscribers and people following me. Now I got to start all over again. But you know what? It is what it is, and I'll be better than I was previously, the first 9 times. Because this is the 10th time this has happened ever since I've been on YouTube since 2008. But anyway, I want to talk about this again, about this racist bitch, Brianna Harmon. Or you can call her, or her name is Brianna Harmon Talbot. Talbot. Talbott. Or you can call her Brianna Harmon. Harmon. Or I guess that's whatever you want to call this racist bitch by Brianna Harmon. White teen who lied about abduction and rape by 3 black men indicted on felony charges. Now, this is white privilege right here. This bitch is 19 years old. She's of legal age, and she definitely knows what the fuck she's doing. She's not a teen. When she turned, because let me say it like this. Now, if this was a so-called black female who lied on who lied on 3 Caucasian males, they would call her an adult. Hell, she could be underage. They'll still call her a grown-ass woman. They'll still look at her as an adult and throw the book at her. But meanwhile, you got Caucasians who are when they become of age, turned 18 and of legal age in America, free case, don't get it fucked up and don't get it twisted. Oh, they're still children. Hell, you have Caucasians, male and female, who are over the age of 30 in my age group, and they're still looked at as kids when they do dirt. Evil ass dirt. When they do dirt, they still looked at as children and get a slap on the wrist. If they're old, oh, they don't know no better. They grew up in a different time. But if an older so-called black person does questionable things or accused of something, it don't matter how old the person is. If they grew up in a different time period, oh, you need to be up to date because you know better. You know what I'm saying? You don't get a pass for saying I'm just old and I'm out of touch. If a Caucasian person who's like in their late teens is turned 18, which you are considered an adult in America. In other countries, when you turn 16 and about to get your driver's license, you're considered an adult in other countries or younger than that. But Caucasians, when they are legal age and are adult legal age, oh, they're still looked at as children, even over the age of 30, and even up. They're still babied and coddled, and I can't stand that shit. But so-called black children, oh, when we're like, even when we're under age 10, when we're in our age 10, or, adolescents, underage, oh, we're looked at as adults. 10, 12 years old or younger, oh, we're still looked at as adults. And nobody gives us a pass on anything, even if we do make an honest mistake. This is the racist double standards that I can't stand in America. This bitch, racist bitch, knows better. She's old enough to know better. Once you turn 10, you're old enough to know better. You know right from wrong. You know what I'm saying? She is not a teen. Why are you Caucasian people? Why are you calling people who are age 18, over the age of 18, why are you calling grown Caucasians kids? Even when they are over the age of 30, close to 35 and up, y'all still look at them as children, like they don't know what the fuck they're doing, or you just make excuses for them overall. That's what I mean, and people like me who are awake and woke and woke and conscious say white privilege exists. You should not be calling this racist bitch a fucking teen. She's an adult. Call her Caucasian adult female who lied, or you can call her a fucking racist bitch who lied about 3 black men raping her and kidnapping her. But you know, that just rubs me the wrong way. So-called white teen who lied about abduction and rape by 3 black men indicted on felony charges, which should be hate crime charges, felony and hate crime charges, because that was a racist act and false accusations. That's a false rape accusations. If a bitch should get double the sentence, even especially when a guy who's falsely accused of rape by a woman and she's lying, flat out lying, and the dude does some time. No, the bitch should do time, the same amount of time, but also tag on double the sentence. So if the dude did like 10 years, the bitch should do 20 to life without no fucking parole. Yeah, I said it because this is fucking ridiculous that you got white privilege and gynocentrism running a fucking monk. That's why I hate fucking feminism. Because feminism is nothing more than Caucasian supremacy, and that panders to Caucasian females only. Listen, sisters, it ain't for sisters. It ain't for so-called black women. It ain't for Asian women. It ain't for Latino women. It ain't for East Indian women or Arab women. It ain't that feminist stuff ain't for y'all. It's a so-called white female movement to get more shit without working for it. It's white female privilege on steroids. You understand what I'm saying? You know, it's nothing more than Caucasian females getting more rights and privileges without being accountable for what they do, especially when they're victimizing men of color. Anyway, I have to get through this because this has been on my mind for the last 2 days. Let me just get started. Brianna Harmon could receive up to 32 years in jail. Actually, give the bitch life. That would make me fucking happy, but I digress. A Texas teen, a Texas adult who falsely claimed that... I'll have to read that again. Let me calm down for a minute and get something to drink. The Texas adult, not teen, who falsely claimed she was abducted and raped by 3 so-called black men, 3 men of color, in March, has received several felony charges. A Grayson County grand jury indicted 19-year-old Brianna Rochelle Harmon for 2 counts of tampering with physical evidence and 2 counts of tampering with a government record, reported by KX the second, I think, KX2. I think that's what it is. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Or KXII. It's a media outlet that I know nothing about. But let's continue. Harmon told Denison cops that she had been raped by 2 black assailants, while a third held her down, according to the Herald Democrat. In her story, Harmon said she had been abducted and taken into the woods by the suspects who wore ski masks. And you know she's going on racist stereotypes by this, but I digress. She also told authorities that the men threatened to sexually assault her again if they caught her. That sounds like a Caucasian male doing that type of shit, but I digress. Harmon also ran into a church wearing a shirt, bra, and underwear. When doctors performed a physical examination on Harmon, they determined she did not have injuries consistent with her claims. After an investigation, Denison police determined that no offense had been committed and that Harmon had falsified her report to law enforcement. 3 of the charges are third-degree felonies, for which Harmon could face up to 10 years in prison along with a $10,000 fine. The 4th charge is a state jail felony, punishable by up to 2 years in state jail and a $10,000 fine. Harmon faces up to 32 years in prison if convicted of all counts. She better be fucking convicted on all counts and throw them hate crime charges and give the bitch life. Give this racist ass, low-life cunt bitch life in prison. Miss Harmon was originally arrested for the misdemeanor offense of false report to a peace officer. Grayson County District Attorney Joe Brown told KX2 or KXLL, but I think it's KX2, that charge was a Class B misdemeanor punishable by up to 180 days in jail and a $2,000 fine. I'll read that again. Punishable by up to 180 days in jail and a $2,000 fine. However, the more we have looked at what happened in this case and considered the harm it caused and certainly could have caused, and we believe what she did fits the elements of these higher charges. What she did was very serious, and we believe it was felony conduct. Written by Rachel Harmon. Let me see. Yep, that's it. That's the end of the article. Okay, now I'm going to get... First of all, I am, to a degree, pleased that they're going to try to do their best to punish this racist bitch. This low-life, pale skin monkey, racist bitch. She needs to do 50 to life in prison. Yeah. Oh, you can say that's too excessive. No, it's not. Because think about it. Throughout history, in American history, let's keep it real, you had Caucasian females lying on so-called black men or a group of so-called black men. And those brothers, whether they met this chick or not, or likely most of the times they didn't fuck with this chick, or if they had consensual sex, she would lie and say she was raped, even though she coerced that so-called black man or group of brothers to have sex with them, engage in sexual activity with them. And if she was caught having sex with a brother or brothers, those brothers would be castrated, beaten to death like Emmett Till, hung from a fucking tree, burnt alive, and just tortured and just brutally murdered. That's American history. That's American history. You had families you had innocent men lost their lives to a lie. False accusations of domestic violence, false accusations of rape, false accusations of child molestation. I mean, people don't understand. Women have it easier in this country. Women can lie on men. Women can lie on men, and she can be looked at as a truth teller, telling the truth when she's lying. And when these evil ass bitches are caught lying, nothing happens to them. Nothing happens to them. Even if there's proof that she's lying, they don't give a the court system, the racist, gynocentric court system, don't give a fuck. They just want that man, especially men of color, to suffer and rot in jail and get beat up, raped, and murdered in prison. You have so many men coming out of jail being found innocent on crimes they did not fucking commit, especially when a woman accuses this man or a group of men on sex crimes. Okay? You had, throughout history, the Caucasian female has lied on the so-called black man. You had, not only that man lost his livelihood, lost his life, family got destroyed, broken up, destroyed, broken up, torn apart, and even murdered by the lynch mob, and friends that were associated with that brother or brothers. You had towns being burnt down like your Tulsa, Oklahomas of the world, your Rosewood, Floridas, your Springfield, Illinois, due to a false accusation made by a racist Caucasian bitch. I take accusations like that seriously. I've been falsely accused of sexual harassment, specifically, or engaging in inappropriate sexual conduct when I was in high school, when I didn't do it, all because the bitches were fucking evil and vindictive and had a vendetta against me because they didn't like the fact that I stood up for myself or told them off, or I didn't go along with their bullshit ass games, or they just mad because I didn't try to pick up on them even though they didn't want my ass. But she didn't want my ass, but she wanted my fucking attention. And when I ignored her ass, or told, when I ignored those bitches' asses and didn't kiss up to them and didn't kiss their ass and feet and put them on a fucking pedestal, and when they were out of pocket, I told them off. Now they want to do all kinds of grimy shit. I actually had an incident that happened not too long ago, but that's another video. I'm going to discuss that. A bitch accused, basically, when I was in Durham, in the library, actually, y'all don't know, but, I had a altercation, an argument with this chick because I'll tell y'all, but basically because she was talking to me, I was talking to her, and she looked at me weird because, oh, how dare you compliment on my feet or something. I mean, even though she was, being a fucking tease, and then got an attitude when I said I ain't trying to fuck with you like that. That was but I want to explain more. That's a different video. I got to get that case cleared up anyway. But I'm fine. Legal wise, I'm okay. But I got banned from the library for that day by security. But I tell you, man, I'm happy that they're going to try to do something. But let's keep it real, people. If that was a so-called black female doing that to a group of Caucasian males, what do you think they would do to that female? They would punish that sister to the fucking max, put her underneath the jail. Not only that, they would terrorize her and terrorize the family and friends that she has and put them through hell. And that has happened when women, let me tell you all this. Y'all can't be going around making false accusations against men. Rather be domestic violence. And especially when it comes to sex crimes, when it comes to false accusations of sexual harassment, false accusations of sexual assault, false accusations of rape, especially when it comes to false rape accusations. That's not cool to go around and to be telling people, especially telling the law enforcement, that you were fucking raped when you fucking wasn't. You have women who are actually, and you have women and men and children who have been raped, who have been sexually abused, specifically the children being molested, and they're afraid to say something. You have women who are actually raped. and men who are actually raped. And then especially if you're a man raped by a chick, you get laughed at. Nobody comes to help you. You go to the police station, they're laughing at you. And I mean, y'all, I mean, there have been guys who had women who are girlfriends, wives, and they've been abused by their significant other. They've been abused by their girlfriend. They've been abused by their wife. And then when the man reports it, they laugh at him and he's dismissed. And the cops don't do shit, or they'll fucking arrest him if he tries to report that incident. You had men who've been raped and sexually assaulted and raped by women. But when you have men who come forward, we're laughed at, we're dismissed. People are dismissive. They show their misogynistic ass towards us men who are victims of sexual assault, rape, victims of sex crimes from women, and being victims of sex crimes by other males. You know what I'm saying? But when women go out their way, and I'm not saying all, but I'm talking about enough. You have too many women out here making, even not just in America, but worldwide, making false accusations of rape when it didn't fucking happen. And rather the guy had a consensual sex with that woman that she consented with that guy with, or this guy never met this chick and never engaged in sexual activity with this chick, and she's making up a lie on this man, or giving us some bullshit ass bogus description, and the police are looking for this guy, right? Follow me here. And he kind of halfway fits the description. Now all of a sudden, his life's destroyed. Now he got to answer to the fucking judge. Now he's in jail. Now he got to watch over his fucking shoulder. Women is not cool to do shit like that. When you're a man in this country, you're a man in this society, when you are a man in this world, the worst thing you can be accused of is being a fucking pedophile. Worst thing you can be accused of as a man is being a sexual predator. When it comes to being accused of sexually harassing women, when accused of sexually assaulting women, of inappropriately touching them, and the biggest one you hate to be accused of is being falsely accused of rape, especially when you know damn well and you got proof that you didn't fucking do it. I mean, I feel for guys like Demario Jackson, even though, because guys who have been falsely accused. I come across news reports from the TV, from the media, or online when it comes to reading the daily newspaper of men who've been locked up for 20 plus years, even 30 years, 40 years, had their lives taken away due to a lying ass evil bitch, especially when it's a Caucasian female, racist as hell, and a racist fucking man hater at that. When a woman lies on men like that, lies on a man, falsely accuses him of rape, she's a man hater. She's sexist. You're using your femininity. Hold on a second. Oh my goddamn. I so hate it when women use their femininity and use their female privilege to hurt somebody. Women use their womanliness, their femininity, and use their female privilege to destroy a man's life because she ain't happy, because things didn't go her fucking way, because she got caught hoeing, especially hoeing with a so-called black man or group of black men. Now on son, especially when it's a Caucasian female, and there's women of other ethnicities who do that shit too to men, and I'm just men period. And now all of a sudden they want to cry rape when they know damn well it was not fucking rape. And they just want to cry rape just to get fucking attention, or just to get a fucking power trip because they're on their fucking they're drunk, they're on their fucking pedestal, and these evil ass bitches, these evil misogynistic, man-hating ass feminist bitches are drunk off their fucking power. They know they got female privilege. They know gynocentrism exists in the society, even in certain countries worldwide. and they love hurting men. They just love terrorizing men. That's a form of terrorism. Women going out their way to lie on a man, making false accusations of rape, accusing a man of falsely accusing a man of sex crimes, falsely accusing a man of making terroristic threats towards her, or because he looked at her a certain way and she didn't like it, even though she provoked it by the way she was dressing, the way she was behaving, the way she was talking to him. The dude looks at her a certain way, and now she feels uncomfortable because she don't like the guy because he's undesirable. But why the fuck do you bitches try to get a man's fucking attention when you know damn well you ain't interested in dude like that? Because y'all love y'all fucking attention whores. I can't stand bitches who lie like that because there's too many people and there's too many women who have been violated, who have been abused sexually when they were little girls, and boys too, and men. But I'm just focusing on how women. You have a certain group of women who have been raped. I know men have been. I know you boys and men have been raped too, and sexually abused by women and men, and just people. Period. Especially when there's a woman who violates, sexually assaults a man, commits a sexual crime against a boy and a man. Oh, how society is so dismissive about that. Can't stand that shit. But I'm focusing right now, when I'm focusing on a certain group of women who have been victims of domestic violence, who have been victims of sex crimes committed on them by men, victims of sexual assault, harassment, being victims of being stalked, being victims of rape from a group of men or just a man. I'll say that again. You have women who actually have been victims of domestic violence. You have women who have been victims of being sexually harassed, being stalked and followed. You have a certain group of women who have been sexually assaulted, grabbed by the pussy when she didn't consent to that, inappropriately touched, groped. You have women who've been victims of rape by men. They don't talk about women being rapists and raping other women and sexually assaulting them and all that shit, because they want to promote this narrative that only men can commit these type of crimes. Only men can be child molesters and rapists and thugs and robbers, and that's not true. You have women doing some dirt, and they don't show that. They try to suppress that because they want to protect a woman's image, especially a Caucasian woman's image, in this feminist, gynocentric, matriarchal society controlled by the powers that be. And the society is very racist against people of color, specifically men of color, and misandric too. You have, the fact of the matter is, you have women who actually have been victims of rape, but are scared to say something. But the thing is, to you women out there who take pleasure in destroying people's lives, people's livelihoods, and people's lives and families' lives by falsely accusing a man of a sex crime that did not happen to you. What you're doing is flat out evil and vindictive and crooked and dirty. And you should be ashamed of yourself for doing shit like that, because you have women who are actually victims, and just people period, but specifically women who have been victims of sex crimes from a man or a group of men. And they're scared to say something because they fear they're not going to be believed. They're not going to be believed by people, by society. And they fear that she's going to be victim blamed by society, by the court system, by the legal system, by the law, because of the poor choices she might have made. You have women who are afraid to come forward because of bitches like you. And now it is difficult more than ever before to find out if a woman's telling the truth. If she has been sexually harassed, if she had on the job or in school, and sexually assaulted at the job or at school in public. You know what I'm saying? You have women who have been raped rather be at her house or the dude's house or something, a hotel room somewhere or somewhere in public. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's nothing to play with. Women, if y'all just mad at a dude because he don't want to stick around, or you get in an argument with a dude, he tells you off and then clowns you. I mean, most of the time you were in the wrong for talking shit to begin with. If a dude puts you in your fucking place for being disrespectful, just take the loss, grow the fuck up, and just move on. If a dude if you had sex with a dude and he didn't want to stick around with you after that, chances are you ain't worth a damn. Because if you were really valuable and really the shit, he would be loyal to you and stay with you. But a lot of you women are bitter and pissed off because you had a one-night stand with a dude, or you found out you got too drunk and got with a dude, and then you find out that he's not the shit, that he's an undesirable, he's not part of the status quo, he don't have money like that, or you trying to get on a come up and you get with a dude, all of a sudden now you want to cry rape and try to get this big ass payout, trying to get money because he don't want to date you, he don't want to fuck with you like that, he don't want you to be his girlfriend, he don't want you to be his spouse, his wife. Because you're nothing more than a fucking jump off by the way you carried yourself. You know what I'm saying? If a dude don't want to fuck with you like that, just get over it and move the fuck on. You got other men out there who want to get with you. You know that. But y'all want something you can't fucking have. Or you get in an argument with a dude, or he clowns you, or he curses you out, and now all of a sudden you feel some type of way because he hurts your feelings, because even though you likely started this shit, just move on and just keep going about your business. If he just don't talk to him, he won't talk to you. You know what I'm saying? But the fact of the matter is, you got women who just take pleasure making false accusations, especially false accusations of rape against the man just for attention. I like that incident, like that incident that happened out in New York City. I think it was the Bronx, where that Puerto Rican chick or Dominican chick, that Latina chick, was about to lie on this foreign so-called black man. I don't know if it was African or Caribbean, but lie on this brother, this man of color, because he didn't have a fucking charger, and this chick was mad because her phone was dying, and they got into a disagreement, and she threatened to report this guy for raping her, but that didn't fucking happen, all because of a fucking disagreement. And I've seen chicks do this shit. This has been done to me. You know what I'm saying? You get into disagreement with a fucking woman. I mean, you get an argument with a woman, or she just try to diss you, you diss her back, instead of just taking the L and saying, I shouldn't have went there, or it knocked the fuck out. Now you can't, since you can't get him for beating your ass or slapping the shit out you when you was a shit starter. Now you want to try to take it to a level, oh, he assaulted me, but he also raped me, he did this to me, make these false accusations against a man, and the system's on your side. That's taking advantage of the fucking system. Because you mad because dude put you in your fucking place, he checked your ass. Now you want to be like a little problem child to his ass and do this dirty ass shit just to make yourself feel better for a fucking minute. There has been men who are in prison right now. There's men who've been gotten the death penalty because of a woman's lie. I read an article which I'm about to do. Later on in the week, how this chick was stepped out on her boyfriend, fiance, husband, but this chick stepped out on her man, and she had a threesome with a dude. You know what I'm saying? And all of a sudden, she didn't want the dude to say anything, or she didn't want to get the word out that she was being a whore and being disloyal and cheating on her fucking man. And then she said this guy that she slept with raped her, and it didn't fucking happen. And the dude and her man now killed the dude. Now he's in jail, but nothing happens to this low life cunt. You know what I'm saying? That's what burns me up about y'all bitches who do that shit. It ain't cool to lie on somebody. You stepping out being a fucking hoe instead of just owning up to it and said, yeah, I stepped out, I cheated on you. Be a mature adult and take responsibility for what you did. Now you want to lie on somebody to cover your own fucking ass. And most of the time when the dude finds out the truth, he ain't going to stick around because you can't be trusted. Or you trying to protect your reputation of being the good girl, the girl next door, trying to protect your job because of the industry that you work in, you have to have a moral code. And then you want to lie on some dude, lie on a man or group of men saying that he raped you when he didn't, or you had sex with the dude, which is consensual, or you just made up some lie about about some random guy that don't know you, you don't know him, and saying he raped you when he fucking didn't, just for attention, just so you can be looked at as a fucking victim because you were caught doing questionable things, or you don't want to be found out that you were doing dirt. And that's evil. That's wrong as hell. I'm tired of men going to jail for crimes they didn't fucking commit over a fucking bitch's lie. Especially when it has a racist intent to it. That's a form of racism, and that's a form of misandry that nobody wants to talk about. But y'all women want to talk, but you feminists don't check these bitches who do that shit. You anti-rape activists don't want to confront these bitches or call them out for doing that type of shit, making it harder for real rape victims. No, I don't call y'all survivors. I call y'all victims because that's what fucking happened. Because a rape survivor is the type of person that would beat that person's ass, you know, that sexual predator, and defend themselves and get away from the situation, not be victims of that heinous act. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I just can't stand bitches like this that you see in the image right here. She's not a fucking kid. She's a fucking grown-ass woman. She knew better. And she's fucking racist and evil and anti-man. Anti-men of color. The fact is she's mad because she can't get black dick. Yeah, I'm keeping it fucking real. And she wanted fucking attention because she ain't happy with her fucking life. So she wanted to destroy somebody else's life just so she can feel better about her pathetic, low-life self. Can't stand bitches like that. She should be charged with a hate crime charge. She should not only be charged with these felony charges and misdemeanors, but she should also be charged with hate crimes and inciting race, and she should be charged with racial terrorism. And what she did was take advantage and use her femininity and her female privilege and her white privilege to destroy people of color. You know, destroy men of color just for her own selfish gratification. And she wanted to promote this narrative because deep down inside, she wanted to be fucked with her brother, but she's nothing to look at. She's just mad because she can't get a brother, or her racist family don't want her to date a so-called black man. Now she want to pull this shit because she itching for some so-called black dick. The bitch, my thing is, I know I don't want to make this too long, but the fact of the matter is, I hope this bitch suffers. I hope this bitch dies of a painful death. I hope she catch a disease, that them type of illnesses that there's no cure for. There's no cures for. I hope she gets cancer in her breast, cancers in her cervix, skin cancer like these pale skin monkey devils get. Yeah, I hope that happens. I hope this bitch get beat up in prison, gets raped in jail. Yeah, by them crazy ass dykes. I hope she gets terrorized. I mean, I hope this bitch catches hell all around and karma whoops her ass in the ugliest fashion. And if somebody sees this bitch coming out, make her pay. I'm not going to tell y'all what y'all should do, but she needs to pay for what she has did. She needs to do, I would say, she needs to do 50 to life in prison. She not only just be brought up on felony charges and misdemeanors charges, but she should be charged with hate crime because she also stored up racial tensions within that community in town. Even though there was racism there, she made it worse. The way what's going on with the country with racism going on and Donald Trump being in office, I mean, to you brothers out there, be careful of dealing with these women, especially these Caucasian chicks. Okay? Any woman can lie on you, man. No matter, and don't get it confused. Any woman, no matter what color, what her skin color is, what her ethnicity is, what her cultural background is, can lie on a man and destroy his life. Because and they know it because they are very privileged, and you got gynocentrism and feminism on their fucking side. The law is on their fucking side. The court system is on the woman's side. The government is on the woman's side. she is the most protected, pandered group, especially when she's a Caucasian female. I mean, this bitch should do 50 years to life in prison without no damn parole. She should die in fucking jail. You know what I'm saying? If I was a judge, I let this bitch have it. And I don't care what the feminists and what these other groups have an issue with. I'm gonna make sure bitches like her pay. But anyway, I just had to say that. You know, I'm done. I'm out. Peace.